Chuck Todd is NBC's political director and moderator of Meet the Press. Chuck, good morning. Good to see you, my friend. So this seems to be happening kind of on two tracks or two parallel universes, if you want to put it that way, which is the transition is moving forward with Joe Biden. The General Services Administration finally ascertained the win, freeing up resource access to intelligence and all of that. It's moving forward. On this other track, in this other parallel universe, the president continues to fight and say that he won the election, despite the fact he's losing in court again and again and again. So what is the end game here for the president?
Well, it certainly looks like this is just all about setting himself up to be a post-election political martyr in some form or another. I mean, I do find it fascinating that throughout all of the president's supposed frustrations about the election results, he seems to only find time to play golf and not focus on whatever it is that he thinks happened. So it really, the lack of actual urgency from the president, I think, gives away the game here, Willie, which is this is simply him trying to do what he has done for decades, which is take the obvious, he filed for bankruptcy, and try to pretend it didn't happen. He did it with his bankruptcies. He did it with, we saw the first time in politics with the Iowa caucuses, denial that he somehow lost those when he did. And now we're seeing it now. We saw it in 2016 when he lost the popular vote. He denied that happened. I mean, this is a pattern with him. We know what he's doing, and his actions in some ways, like I say, give away the game. He's busy playing golf. He's not. Doesn't seem to be looking for the real fraud.
Yeah, a lot of time with the driver in his hand, not actually pursuing these cases. So, Chuck, when you look at this, though, he is trying to lock in, it appears, some aspects of a legacy. The troop withdrawals from Iraq and Afghanistan, the oil rights in Alaska. Obviously, President-elect Joe Biden is going to inherit a difficult economy and, of course, the coronavirus crisis. So what impact does all of these late moves have on the future Biden administration?
I think the two biggest impacts have to do with on foreign policy, what we've seen, in the near term, Afghanistan, and then, of course, what happened over this holiday weekend with the lead nuclear scientist in Iran, what appears to be a targeted assassination, perhaps by the Israelis. And the fact is, it's those actions. I mean, think of this contrast. I have Mike Mullen on the show today. He's the former head of the Joint Chiefs. In the transition between Bush and Obama, the Bush people reached out to Obama and said, hey, we're thinking about approving this troop increase in Afghanistan. Do you want us to do it, or do you want to make this decision? We'll take the heat, or you want to make the decision? And the Obama people said, we'll make the decision, leave it for us. That's not the way the Trump people are dealing with Biden. They're making the decisions and basically saying, good luck, we hope we've tied your hands. That is a totally different way that we've managed national security before in previous transitions. And the question is, how bad does this tie Biden's hands?
Yeah, this is some kind of handoff here. Chuck, thank you very much. We, of course, will look for much more this morning on Meet the Press when Chuck is joined by, among others, the nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci.